Hello, dear students. This is me, your teacher, Sir Farhad. Welcome to my channel, FMMT Medical Tutorial. Dear students, the topic which I have selected for you guys to teach you today is diabetes mellitus. Okay, so dear students, before I teach you that what is diabetes mellitus, please must subscribe my channel and press the icon button so that you must receive the message of my new video. So dear students, now come to know diabetes mellitus. As you can see on the slide, dear students, that diabetes mellitus is actually having two words. Okay, one is diabetes and the second one is mellitus. So the word diabetes actually means polyuria and mellitus means honey. Okay, so what actually polyuria mean? Polyuria mean when a person is passing urine, okay, more than 2000 milliliter per day. Okay, and honey actually means sweet and taste. Honey, you know about that. Okay, so honey means sweet thing. Okay, so the diabetes mellitus, the name diabetes mellitus was first coined or used by Thomas Wallace, actually, who discovered the sweetness of urine from diabetics in 1675. Now, the definition of diabetes mellitus, dear students. So, the diabetes mellitus definition you can see on the slide that diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disorder actually, okay, which is characterized by high blood glucose level, okay, which is associated with other manifestation, okay. So what metabolic disorder means? Metabolic disorder mean that there will be imbalance in the metabolism of protein, carbohydrate and lipid, okay, and which will be characterized by high blood glucose level, mean there will be high glucose, okay, in your blood, and that you can also call that hyperglycemia, okay. And this condition will also be associated with other manifestation or medical condition actually, such as retinopathy, mean there will be damage of retina of the eye, because of which a person will not be able to see things, okay. And also there will be chances of neuropathy and many other condition, okay. So this condition, you can say diabetes mellitus, that it will be associated with other manifestation or medical condition. And diabetes mellitus is represented from D and M, DM, okay. Dear students, diabetes mellitus is also termed as diabetes. Okay, diabetes mellitus or diabetes is also called metabolic syndrome. Okay, dear students, in my previous slide I said that diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disorder, but here I'm telling you that it is a metabolic syndrome. So is there any difference between these two things? Yes, there is. Metabolic disorder means that there is the imbalance in the metabolism of protein, lipid and carbohydrate. But while metabolic syndrome means that actually this diabetes mellitus is not a single medical condition, it's a group of medical condition, and I have already actually explained it in the definition that actually diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disorder which is characterized by high blood glucose level and associated with other manifestations. So here with other manifestation indicate that diabetes is not a single medical condition, it is a group of medical condition. So that's why we can also call diabetes mellitus a metabolic syndrome. Risk factors of diabetes mellitus are related to obesity, cigarette smoking, alcohol drinking, and lifestyle, etc. Okay. Now, dear students, come to know the types of diabetes mellitus. Dear student, keep in mind that I'm not going to teach you the detail of the type of diabetes mellitus in my this video. that I will teach you in the next video. So here I will give you the basic concept or idea about it. Okay, so first one is type 1 diabetes mellitus. Okay, so what is type 1 diabetes mellitus? Dear students, type 1 diabetes mellitus is actually the type of diabetes mellitus in which the beta cells present in the pancreas of human body, actually they that cells actually they are either producing very little amount of insulin or producing no insulin. Okay, so because of these two factors there may be increase in the glucose level in the blood. So this type of diabetes mellitus is actually termed as type 1 diabetes mellitus. But type 2 diabetes mellitus actually, in this type of diabetes mellitus, the fat cell, liver cell and muscle cell actually they do not give response to the insulin. So there mean is a kind of resistance to it. Okay, mean that insulin cannot actually transport the glucose from the bloodstream into the cells. So because of this fact glucose level increases. So this is considered to be your type 2 diabetes mellitus. Okay, and gestational diabetes mellitus actually when glucose level increases or sugar level increases and the pregnancy of a woman. So this is called as gestational diabetes mellitus. Just the review of type 1 diabetes mellitus and type 2 diabetes mellitus. Dear students, I told you that in type 1 diabetes mellitus, the beta cells will actually either produce very little amount of insulin or will not produce insulin. But in type 2 diabetes mellitus, the fat cells, liver cells and muscle cell will actually not give response to the insulin. Okay, so that's why the glucose level will increase in the blood. So now dear students, see here the very easy and simple model. Okay, that when you eat food, okay, actually that contain many nutrients such as protein, lipids, carbohydrate. Okay, so actually the nutrients which your food contain, that is actually in the complex form. Okay, so what actually your body or digestive tract do with it, that actually that digestive tract break down that food into simple carbohydrate or glucose. Okay, and glucose is actually the simple form of sugar. Okay, which is the main source of your energy, mean that actually your body cell can only take directly the energy from your glucose molecule, not from the complex carbohydrate or sugar. Okay, so your digestive tract will actually do what with carbohydrate, that will digest it or break down it into the simple glucose. Okay, and that simple glucose will be then transported from your digestive tract into the bloodstream, and from there the bloodstream the glucose will be transported into the cells of human body where they will be used for energy production. Okay, dear students, as I told you in the previous slide, that when you eat complex carbohydrate, that will be broken down into the simple carbohydrate or glucose. Okay, and then that glucose will be transported from the digestive tract into the blood. Okay, is the when the blood glucose level rises. Okay, so what happens at that time, actually your body will send signals to the pancreas, and as a result of that pancreas will release insulin. And what will actually that insulin do, that will go from the bloodstream into the different cells of the body. Okay, and the blood, and will bend with the specific receptor called insulin receptor present on the surface of different cells. As a result of that, the glucose will be transported from blood into the cell, and they will easily enter to the cells. Okay, dear students, as you can see in the model that we have represented, insulin from the keys. Okay, so it means that actually it works like a key. It goes to different cells and just unlock those specific receptor of insulin, that bend with it, and resulting make it easy for the glucose to enter, from bloodstream into the cells. Okay, so dear students, now see this model. Okay, that there are keys, okay, mean insulin, okay, which are coming out of the bloodstream and going to set or bend on specific receptors, or the locks, which I the word which I used before some time for that. So they, two insulin you can see in the picture, that they have uh, inside the locks, and they have just turned on that locks, so resulting that glucose molecule are also following that insulin, and are going to enter from the bloodstream into the cells. Okay, so before this I already told you about this. Okay, that insulin act is a key. Okay, insulin bend to a place on the cell membrane of a cell. That place or part of cell membrane is actually called insulin receptor. And what is that actually? This is a glycoprotein. Okay, and what it does with it, that actually that insulin unlock the cells, you know unlock that cell, so that glucose can pass into the cell, okay, or into it. There, most of the glucose is used for energy. Okay, now come to your blood glucose regulation. Okay, dear students, every day, okay, every day your glucose level goes up and down. Okay, when you eat food, or your lunch or dinner. Okay, so as a result of that, your glucose level goes up. And what happens after that, that your body sends signals to your body, to your pancreas, sorry, and a result of that, as a result of that, your insulin is released from pancreas, and that actually do what, decrease the level of glucose in the blood. Okay, and after some time, the when you eat food again, so your blood glucose level increases. Okay, so on daily basis, okay, your glucose level goes up and down, goes up and down. Okay, as your blood glucose level rises, the pancreas release insulin. Okay, and that actually reduce the blood glucose level. So dear students, I think so this is enough for today. I hope you would have enjoyed the topic of today. So dear students, thanks to all of you, and have a nice day. Goodbye.